Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Talk, what you talking about? If it ain't about money, better walk it out. JT and Eli about to plot it out. This is Silver Talk. Let's start it now. What is up, guys? How's everybody doing today? It's Eli from Urban Lifestyle and JT from JT Coin Rings. How's everything going, JT?
You know how that beat just hits at the last minute?
Mm-hmm.
I want to be coming out and do a little, they're like, sit your fat down. What's up, Eli?
Everything's good, man. Everything is great. I know we're 5 minutes late, but before the show, JT had a popsicle that he was, eating. So go ahead, JT, man. Eat your popsicle. It's all good, man. It's all good.
You know, I love the fact the way he throws the eating aspect to the fat guy. You know, yeah. See, you know how that is. You know, fat guys' lives matter too. So let me tell you something. Just because the simple fact it was food, and you see a jolly fat guy on one side, you would say, you know what? He's probably right. JT was late. I understand.
Man, so how's everything going, JT? How was your week?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, man. No complaints out loud. Had a pretty good week. Like I talked to you earlier this week, said it went pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
It went a lot faster than I thought.
Exactly. It really did. It really did. Oh man. So what you got going on? How would did you buy any gold and silver this week?
This week, yeah. I got a unboxing over here that I want to do later on. It came from Campbell's Coins.
Nice.
He's a member of Silver Shield.
Mm-hmm.
The coin company that does gold and silver, and they do limited edition on certain things they create, and they have a good turnout rate. You know, people love getting their stuff, and once it's finished being minted, they put it on the secondary market, and man, believe me, it goes out the roof. So I got this real nice round that supposedly came in December, but it's just getting here 2 weeks. So I'm gonna do an unboxing later on my channel, and it's a real cool round. I know people will like it.
Okay.
And I bought me some fractional gold, and I still have a carat bar, which is coming. So that's it so far. Any silver? I don't think I had much silver this week, if any.
Okay.
I can't remember. I didn't.
I know I got me 4 buffaloes that came in from SD Bullion. It was just 4 buffaloes. It's the only thing I did I get more. Man, to be honest with you, JT, I've been heavy on Bitcoin and crypto this week. You know, so I've been focused on that. But I did get 4 buffaloes from SD Bullion, and wanted to get some more. And I do have some more stuff coming in from SD Bullion as well. I think I got some more dimes coming in, but haven't received them yet. I
did see that. I did see that you had the buffaloes. You put it on Instagram, I believe.
Yes, I did.
Yep. So I did see those. I love those. I was sharing with my daughter. We was reading a book that she had to do for school, and it was about the blue bonnet and about how the Native Americans were in Mexico, and they prayed for this young girl prayed for rain and prayed for for the flowers to grow. And they in the story they showed how important the buffalo was to their people, to their heritage. So I had a buffalo necklace. I had a Native American on one side and buffalo, just the coins you receive, and that kind of coincide with her story. And from sharing that school story, she became so much more interested in the coin.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So it's amazing. One way, another way to get kids involved is by sharing stories, and they can put a correlation. I'm like, oh, daddy, there's a Native American and a buffalo, just like I read in my story. So I guess she wanted to keep my necklace, but she couldn't do that.
Gotcha.
So
Well, JT, I don't think I asked you this before. What are your goals as far as gold and silver for 2021?
I want to stack in more gold
Mm-hmm.
for security because that's long term for me. I want to be able to put a good $10,000 worth of gold away, and that's for long term. Something I'll be safe in, and I really want to work on that monster box. That's a goal. Always been a goal. That's my goal for every year. I know where the money gonna come from. I may gotta give up an arm and a leg, but I always wanted a monster box. And because 2021 is here, I would love to have a monster box of 2021 Eagles. That would be fantastic. So 500 ounces of silver. Is it possible for me? I'm gonna have to be very strict on that to make that goal. But I always, every year, that's my mission. Especially after I did my silver cleaning last month. What about yours?
Same. The only thing I want to add, I just want to add an additional 500 ounces. Like that's what I've been speaking. I'm trying to get minimum to 1,000. If the prices go down, I may just go past it. If it goes up, I just may, it may stretch me just to get to that number. But that's pretty much as far as the goal. I just want to have an additional 500 ounces.
Okay. I definitely want to thank.
I got like about six. I'll say I'm close to 490 right now left to go.
Okay. I got Excalibur here. He gave a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Excalibur.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Make sure that you was recognized. And let's go inside the chat. We have a couple people here.
Okay.
Roy Mason is here. Thank you, Roy, for stopping in this Sunday. We have Excalibur.
Awesome.
And Freedom Stacker. So how you guys doing? These are the ones who were left in a comment inside the chat.
Awesome. Guys, thank you so much. If you guys are watching, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. It really helps out. Make sure you subscribe to both of them. And not just leave a thumbs up on the channel you're watching this on. We have 3 channels this is streaming on right now. So leave a thumbs up on the Silver Talk. Leave a thumbs up on JT Coin Race. And also stop by and leave a thumbs up on the Urban Lifestyle channel.
Most definitely. Please do. It helps us. So, so that's my goal. That's 500 ounces. That's going to be tough, but
the way I like to break it down is, all right, if you want 500 ounces for the year, you divide that by 12. That'll give you the amount of number that you'll need to get each and every month. And then divide that by 4. That shows you exactly how much you need to get each and every week. And that's how you break it down.
Right. Small bites. Small bites. Good idea, too. We have Redneck Stacker. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you, my man. Great pour in the community. Silver pour. Awesome. Okay. So, Eli, this week, we definitely had some news that was kind of shocking to me. They say Bitcoin has hit 40,000. And they said gold has went down like 60 something dollars, which kind of a shocker. So basically, I want to talk about that topic right after this. You're back.
Every time when you deviate from the video, I'm like, oh man, please don't make a mistake.
Yeah, for real. I was gonna put the last comment on there, but I said, I'm gonna leave that one out right now. But the big thing about Bitcoin and also the big Bitcoin craze, I want to call it, because there's some people who thought Bitcoin was out for the count last year. And definitely a year before. We see right now that it's hit its mile high, which is 20,000, and now it doubled that to 40,000. And I kind of predict that we may see 50,000 by the end of February. if I could be so bold to say, and we look to see that gold, our good old faithful gold, has knocked down at least about $61 at the end of the week. So, what do you think about that?
Well, to be honest, I was actually calculating it yesterday. I did buy a couple of cryptos, such as Bitcoin being one of them. And of course, you guys know I'm an avid buyer of gold and silver. And I was looking at just 2020 as far as the biggest percentage gain, as far as stock market, as far as gold and silver and crypto. I did. I received the most percentage wise, not money value wise, the most percentage wise I did receive within crypto. And it's just because I started buying Bitcoin around it was around 22,000 when I first started buying.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's practically whatever I put in. If I put $1 in, I just received $2. If I put $10, it would have been 20. And the same thing goes with Litecoin. I'm not Litecoin, Ethereum.
Mm-hmm.
I started buying in around the 400s to 500s, and now it's over. I'm looking at the prices right now, $1,282.
Which last time that it went high, it was its high, all time high.
Mm-hmm.
So we have speculators who say that it may even hit $2,000, and this is a time for Ethereum even to break out, just like Bitcoin has. So it being so low, it has so much more room to grow, and a lot of newcomers they believe will run after Ethereum because it is the cheaper bet.
Mm-hmm. And the thing that I like to think as well is, we invest in either Ethereum or we invest in either crypto or different cryptocurrency. Now, even though I've said plenty of times before, I do believe that crypto will have some role to play in the future, but it depends on which crypto is going to be.
Right.
So like I did invest into XRP and I did lose a little bit off that. And of course, gained some because I bought a little bit more. And then I just decided, hey, there's so much stuff going on with it. Let me just leave a good $20 in there. And then whatever happens with that.
Right.
And just looking at it. But at the same time, like I was talking to you before, JT, in my mind, I don't see the fact of me comparing the two. Like, crypto, I don't even see him as being a competitor. That's like saying who's better, Tupac or Billy Ray Cyrus. Two different genres. They're both great in their own right. It's just
Tupac.
Two different genres. Hey, I'm more of a Billy Cyrus guy. That Old Town Road remix. He came.
You're further south than me. But Tupac spent some time in Baltimore, so. I'm kind of biased.
Talking to JT, I realized everything happens in Baltimore.
That's right. Got to be the home of the Wire, baby.
I'm like, hey, Baltimore, JT, man, you heard this story, man? Oh, yeah, that happened in Baltimore. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, there was something else I heard. This, oh, yeah, that happened in Baltimore, Everything happened in Baltimore. I like, Miami, Florida is way more popular than Baltimore, right? How come you get all the cool stuff?
Yeah, we all like coming down there once in a while to add our little salt and pepper. Yeah, but I just think that, we look at what happened this week, and we know it's all about hype. Everyone's running to the hottest thing. Gold is a good old faithful, something that we can trust in. I think that the $61 drop this week is probably people just selling off, putting into something. Did they find some certainty in what's happening with the country at this time? We're looking at the economy, how it's going to look, who's going in office. Now we know what kind of plans they're going to make. When it come down to money, are they going to be signing out checks, letting that money machine go, make that brewer sound? So people looking to say, for those who need the stimulus, who will get it, hey, taking care of some loose ends. For those who will get it, maybe put it into some safe havens or somewhere where money may multiply a little faster. So I think that's what happened this week. Your final thoughts on the gold?
To be honest with you, that main reason, like, as far as the stimulus, we already had a $1,200 stimulus last year. A lot of people, except me and JT, I don't know if you got yours yet, but I haven't received the 600. But a lot of people have received it. That's more money being added to circulation, and now they're talking about an extra $2,000. And I'm like, my gosh, I understand people need it, but still, like, it comes at a heavy price.
Comes at a heavy price.
It comes at a very heavy price.
And I'm sure he'll be talking about his tax plan real soon and how that's going to affect people. And it's going to, like I said, what we pay in taxes may not affect us big time now, but it will affect our kids. So
It's really
and
heavy.
what they will pay, you know.
Exactly.
So
And
we
as
already have.
far as that, so we all know there's being more money added to circulation, and they're talking about this 2,000. If this 2,000, this extra 2,000 adds on, will that be enough to pull us out, or will that be enough for the vaccine to come out, and then we don't have to give out no more money, or will there be a need
Mhm.
to give out more money after that? And that's one of the main reasons I'm really really focused on silver, because there's
Yeah,
going to be more money in circulation. And it's not just silver. This is all assets in general. Assets are going to become more expensive. Why? Because the dollars are going to become more cheaper.
yeah. We're going to definitely talk about silver after this, but in
Mhm.
my opinion, I think Bitcoin won the hype this week. And your thoughts?
Mm, two different aspects, man. I can't.
Well,
I don't
I'm
see it in
definitely
that light.
going. I'm definitely going to say that. Cool, gold, you got.
You got knocked out.
I had to say it. I had to say it.
Man, so JC, how's the comments looking like, man?
All right, we got Roy Mason said he likes Digibyte. He likes Theta. I heard of Theta, and I definitely heard of Digibyte. These are other cryptos, and the crypto that Freedom Stacker likes. The only crypto I mess with is Pi.
Mhm.
Got to understand Freedom Stacker to understand that. Redneck Stacker says Theta crypto. That's another one. It's the Theta, the THETA.
Mhm.
I haven't looked into that platform lately,
Yeah, me
but
either.
I'll definitely look at it. I like to study a lot of altcoins because I want to see the technology, what's going to associate itself with. Is it going to make Bitcoin faster, more ability to use, or is it going to make Ethereum work well? Like Chainlink.
Mhm.
Chainlink is a good one to look into because these are all platforms that help create a better pathway for the bigger names like the Bitcoins and also the Ethereums. So you always want to look at the altcoins to help make the main coins, the stars, work better. Um, we have here Excalibur says, "Urban lifestyle, Eli. Do you have your cryptos in a cold storage?"
If you mean in like a crypto wallet, yes, I do.
Yes.
Yes, I have some of them on Coinbase, and it's just because there's a time limit where I can actually transfer them over. But as
Mm-hmm.
soon as that time limit is over, I just transfer them to my crypto wallet and all that. That's how I do that. And Redneck Stack, he said he believed that Bitcoin will end up being the new currency over time.
Yeah.
And I believe the new currency will be in some way, shape, or form is involved with crypto. But the thing, as far as Bitcoin itself, it depends, because I just think the government wants to regulate something. They want to have control over it, and I don't think they can get control over Bitcoin itself. Maybe
Right.
they can. Who knows? Maybe it will be. That's just my opinion on that.
Okay. I mean, it's a good thought because it's all about regulations. Do they want to give over that much influence, as much power? But Bitcoin has been proven; it just won't stop.
Mm-hmm.
Excalibur says it won't be Bitcoin. And a lot of people may share that sentiment because Bitcoin costs so much to
Mm-hmm.
transfer. They say it's so much energy in order to produce a
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin. But we have to look at
Oh,
the.
hold on, JT. Hold on, man. You just skipped over a whole legend. We have the stacking nerd in the house. You just skipped over a whole YouTube legend right quick.
Oh, there she go.
How's
Yes,
everything going, stacking nerd? Nice to see you,
Stacking
man. It's
Nerd.
been
How
a
you
while
doing?
since I've seen you.
Thank you so much for stopping in Sunday. Definitely appreciate your presence. She definitely also puts great deals out on the precious metal community. Let us know what precious metals to buy, where to buy it, because of her research that she's been putting in. Um, just a quick question. If you're still inside the chat, Sack and Nerd, are you a fan or a supporter of cryptos?
Yeah, that would be nice to know.
Like I know that she's really into like, um, comics and a lot of sci-fi type of
Mm-hmm.
things. I wonder if she really believes in supports that platform of seeing digital currency. And she said, yes, she does hold it.
Awesome.
Awesome. I would love to hear your input on that one day. Definitely. Yeah, so that's what I think about Bitcoin, and because of the platform. It's it's the OG of the cryptos. And so we hear that these are the two major problems. And we know that in China, that they already jumped on this currency. They mine a majority of the Bitcoin you see in the world.
Mhm.
So we talk about control. Can we afford to do the same here in the States? Some say yes, some say no. But that's why it's important, I believe, to find the most conducive or altcoin that maybe support
Mhm.
the major one. So I'm still learning. So a lot of things, a lot of channels we can get into online that may can help us understand it more. But I just was shocked this week to see that Bitcoin jumped up to that $40,000 stature and see gold come down. I know how I felt about it, and I just wanted to hear your thoughts on it, Eli.
No, of course. I mean, my whole general thoughts is hindsight is 2020.
Yeah.
There's plenty of times where I'm like, oh man, dude, I remember what Bitcoin was like around $10 or $30 or $100. I should have bought in around that time. Same thing with gold, man. I remember when gold was about was $300. I should have got into gold around that time. Even when it was like at $1,000, I wish I could have got into gold at that time.
I remember them conversations like, should we get more? It's 1,100. It's 1,200. We're like, we thought it was too much, right?
And that right there, that's the reason I'm like, hey, you know what? Doesn't matter what the price is, because imagine in the future, like 30 years from now, we're gonna be saying, oh man, I remember when crypto was at 40,000. Maybe, I'm not saying it's going to be, but maybe we could be like, hey, I remember when crypto was Bitcoin was 40,000. Right now it's like 1 million. Oh man, we should have bought in more at that time, and things like that. So much stuff. Even myself, people's like, oh yeah, remember when Tesla was around $200 before the split? I wish I could have got at least 20 shares at that time. Now, not realizing, hey, I did have 20 shares and I just decided to sell it a little bit way too early. I took the $1,000 profit, and the profit could have been at least 40 plus thousand.
And let's say congratulations to the creator of Tesla. He is now the richest man in the world.
Mm-hmm.
He beat Steve Bezos by maybe, I think, $1 billion. Steve Bezos, what's his name?
His name is Jeff Bezos. And
his name. His brother named Steve, whatever too. Both of them rich mother. Jeff Bezos by that $1 billion. And if it wasn't for the divorce and stuff like that, and him giving his wife 35% of Amazon, he would probably be still the richest man in the world. But hey, congratulations to Elon Musk for making that big jump as the richest man in the world. And also, think about this. He said he doesn't mind. He probably wouldn't mind putting at least $14 billion into Bitcoin. That could also be something else that built up the hype.
He was actually talking about like transferring his whole balance sheet, the entire balance sheet, into crypto. I think there was another CEO who actually did that, and he did that. He took his entire balance sheet and transferred to crypto around when crypto was like around 20,000, is at 40,000. So you're talking about practically doubling your whole entire That's like saying when you take the balance sheet of a company, that's the equivalent of saying, hey man, I'm gonna take my entire life savings and put it somewhere, and it just doubles within 1 month.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely not a return you would get by just saving it or just having it in cash.
So I think that would make, if the talks were about this guy mentioned him through a message
through Twitter,
and he said, let me even entertain this thought. And you would think he would be the first trillionaire based off that principle. And I think that built a frenzy around crypto as well.
If Elon does that, if he did that, like the amount of power that Bitcoin would gain from that. Power, like everybody was like CEOs is gonna line up like, oh snap, let's do the same thing. Let's do, and it's gonna bring a whole entire frenzy to crypto. But to be honest with you, this is not crypto talk or Bitcoin talk. This is silver talk. So let's get back to what's really important right now. That's silver.
Well, let's just tell this little joke here, because one thing Roy Mason said, I'm telling my age, but he remembered gold was $150. Yeah. Man. Yeah, Roy. Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, I can't even tell you when it was. So maybe you can put the date in to help us put a time reference. But yeah, $150. I wish I could have dumped in at that time as well.
you know, but in the same time, $150. You have to look at the time frame that was. I mean, the
Yeah.
earliest recollection I can have of me actually physically not looking at a computer was $300. And that was in the
Yeah.
early 2000s. You know,
Mhm.
that's the earliest
Man.
recollection I can remember. But at the same time, what was what was $150? What was rent back then? What was gas back
Yeah.
then?
Yeah. It's all
You
under
know, it's
perspective.
probably like $150 to us right now seems like nothing, but maybe around those time, $150 was like the equivalent of what $1,000 is today.
Yeah, I had a 1972, which I was born in 1974. So you're looking at over 48, almost 50 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I had a coworker at 2007. I worked at a hospital, and he used to collect gold coins and everything. He told me, Toe, you need to take your daughter down to the convention center where they have the coin show. He would bring me coins at work, and he also gave me a book in 2007 of all the prices. I'm gonna check out see how much gold was, and I wish I had the opportunity to take advantage in 2007
Mm-hmm.
because I probably have a lot more. But I said, man, I'm not interested in that. But I did take the book, and I still have the coins to this day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's amazing that what I would have gotten to, but I totally talked myself out of it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay,
It,
so yeah, we have 26 minutes within the hour, so we
mhm.
can go to our next subject and. Yeah. Basically, we want to know, will silver double in 2021? Eli, what's your thoughts on that?
I don't think it will.
You don't think it will?
Mm.
And why not?
In 2000, look at the craze right now. Look at the craze, especially what we just talked about, Bitcoin. A lot of people, I just feel if silver were to come to double, people have to be like buying it into a frenzy, right? And I'm talking about a huge frenzy for it to
Hmm.
not just go up to $30. It would have to surpass 30 and go to 40. So right now, what is the main focus on? We're talking about the stock market just went like hyperbolic last year. It dropped all the way down and went all the way up, passing all-time highs. People are more focused on the stock market. People are more focused on cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Now, I say right now, the last thing on people's mind is like gold and silver, and that's if we want to like jam pack the supply or the demand for silver, where
Yeah.
people are like going after it. Now, the only thing I see like in the future, like I said before, we're printing so much money that I do believe over time it will go to that point. But as far as a 1 year time, frame, I don't believe so. Now, unless something like that caused people to shift their attention. Oh man, everything is crashing, Bitcoin's crashing, everything's crashing. Let's put our money into a safe haven.
Mm-hmm.
From like which we've seen because silver did double last year. I've seen it at 15. I'm sorry, below 15. I've seen it as low as $11,
Mm-hmm.
going all the way up to $30. So it did more than double last year.
Mm-hmm.
But look what happened. Look what the environment was. People was looking for
Right.
safe havens. The prices went down drastically. The mint shuts down, so not that much people could have access to as much silver as like that. So it was a right environment for it to do that. But as far as this year, unless we have the same conditions as last year, I don't believe so.
Yeah.
But
Good
over
point.
time, I do think it will.
Good points. Good points. And PDX Brewer says crypto profits have been funding my precious metals addiction for the past 3 years, and that's a point that you made there. People are running towards the obvious and looking for that gain, and silver and gold may not be it, but they know they're there for being a safe haven. I'm thinking like this, Eli. 2021 is the moment of change. Why? Hey, remember the U.S. Mint said they're going to be changing the American Silver Eagle 2021. I think people are going to start running towards getting that coin, and probably run real fast towards the site in order to get it. Also, remember that 2021 is the new Libertad.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of not new designs, but kind of people are waiting for certain key dates when it come down to silver. Number two, I think that people will be running to silver because it still has room to grow. It has not hit its $50 high this last year, but this year with the uncertainty, I think it will get close to 50. Will it see $100? I'm not sure. It really has to be like a downturn, like you mentioned, for us to think that it's going to reach $100. But if it does, my monster box will be well worth the ability to get. So I'm looking forward to it. So
Gotcha.
one thing that Max Kaiser predicts: silver will be $50 by year's end. PDX Brewer brings up a good point. Max Kaiser just came on the Stratfield Report. That's the new show with Daniela from Kitco, and he talked about Bitcoin on the show.
Mhm.
But in that, I remember him saying that he believes that silver will hit at least $50 by the end, based off what you was mentioning
Mhm.
in your commentary.
Gotcha. But
Yeah.
what do some guys think? I mean, like, what do people in the chat thinks? Like, so comment some of your thoughts down below. I think we're almost wrapping it up right here.
The stacking nerd says the premiums are way too high for stacking.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things that deterred people away from,
Exactly.
I think, precious metals. People are like, yeah, it's too volatile for me. So they went to the most volatile thing, and they started going to crypto because I believe they looked at how huge the profits were. But as we know, the most for me, I believe, the safe thing is putting it back in precious metals.
Of course, and yeah, as far as the
good
premium,
point, though.
that's one of the main reasons. Like, to be honest with you, I haven't been buying as much because even the 2021 Eagles, I was looking at it and I don't see there's no new design. It looks the same to me on the picture. Maybe when I receive it, people say it's going to be a new design for 2021. I don't see it from the pictures I'm looking at.
Okay.
I was looking at them and it was like around $32. And this was around the price when the price was like, what, $23. So I'm like, so you remember back last year when this first came out and I was like, oh, the 2020 just came out. It's like, what, $400. I'm like, okay, cool. Or like between $300 to $400. Now I'm looking at it, it's close to $700. I'm like, what's up with this?
Yeah.
So my whole thought something behind it is the premium are extremely. That's why I've been focused on a lot of dimes, because relatively speaking, there's places where I can buy them cheaper than actually buying an ounce of silver.
Right.
So I like my goal, like I said in the beginning, like the goal for my silver is I want to at least add an additional 500 ounces by year's end. I felt like I could have got that done within the first 5 months if it wasn't for the premiums being because I remember my time when I first got in, it was like what I can get the cheapest I can get silver was like $1 over spot or 50 cents over spot. Especially the higher you go, the higher in weight you go, the cheaper it will be. But now it seems like it's free. It's a free for all.
Yeah, and times are changing. Excalibur makes up a point. 2 points. Cryptos are way more volatile. You're absolutely right. We don't know. Today, tomorrow, crypto, Bitcoin can go to 40,000 and beat it 20,000 by the end of the night.
To be honest with you, I'm expecting that. I want that to happen.
Yeah. So it definitely volatility is definitely on the crypto side. He also mentioned that the new design will be out mid year. Okay. So looking forward to that. I think people are going to be excited. People do get excited about when new things come out, and we've been waiting for 2021 Eagles to come. But like the Stacking Nerd said, them premiums will keep people back every time. So
I mean, I'll buy one, but as far as a tube, because I normally buy like every year I buy a tube of Eagles. But I don't know if I'm gonna get a tube. I might just get one just to call it, just say I have it. And if they have a new design mid-year, I'll get that one as well. But as far as the tube, unless I can get it way cheaper than that, unless the prices, I can't fathom my imagination where I'm actually buying it at that prices.
Yeah, it's pretty high. So I think the constitutional silver or junk silver, as some people call it, probably is the best way to go. To stack, as long as you stack in silver, putting your money somewhere where you believe is safe. That's probably the best decision.
And I do want to mention one thing too, as far as before we go, let's talk about the 2019 American Silver Eagle.
Yes,
it's just me because I remember there was a whole bunch of thoughts. I'm not saying I fell into it, but there was a whole bunch of thoughts. Oh man, the 2019 is low mintage. They're going to be worth $60 afterwards. I mean, is there a time frame when that happens? like maybe that's 5 years from now, and be like, oh, 2019 was a low mintage, so the price of 2000, like the price of a 2019 Eagles is going to double?
Mhm.
Because
That's a good question.
this is what people were saying. You know, I'm
Yeah,
not saying I believed in it, but I remember people saying, "Oh
yeah,
yeah, buy 2019," and that brought a whole flood of people buying 2019 American
yep,
Silver Eagle.
yeah.
So what
Mhm.
happens? Are we just going to forget that all that was being said, or is it that
No, well,
on in
no.
2020?
When numbers come out,
Yeah.
like every year, when numbers come out, and when people start looking at the mintage, you'll see people grading and basing that coin off the mintage. It does matter. You know, we look at, I guess, but when the market says so,
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's how it rocks. You know, still from this day on, my LCS is going to still give me what he's going to give me based off it, unless there's a demand. He believes he'll pay more.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always what the buyer is willing to say.
Now,
Um,
I'm just saying because 2019, those they were supposed to be worth $100, however much people said, and then the next year we had 2020. It was like
mhm,
that's going to be a low mention. Oh, but wait, the reason it's going to be a low mention is because we had a pandemic. It was a pandemic
pandemic,
year,
right?
and now we're saying
Well,
2021 is going to be a new design. So this is going to be like an awesome year. Like, this is going to be
well,
worth.
I
So I'm
think
saying, like,
people will want.
every year going to be a new
So,
thing
so
for
Eli,
people?
what I feel is that you feel a little testy about what the mint is saying. I understand.
No,
You
it's
feel
not.
a little.
It's not that. It's not that.
You
I'm
feel a
just saying,
little
like,
testy.
open your. No, it's really not that. It's really not that. It's just, hey, like,
We about to shoot an episode of Silver Talk Unplugged in a few minutes. I feel that Eli's being a little testy because of the
it's
mint.
not.
Look,
It's
we
not
don't have
really
no
being
control over
tested.
the mint, Eli.
It's not. It's not really being tested. It's just, hey, it's based off. It's based off a video that I mentioned. I talked about. I
Hmm.
was like, people like to sell fear just
Hmm.
so you can get something. So the fear here was, hey,
Yeah,
this is
most
a low
definitely.
mintage. So come here and buy my American Silver Eagle 2019. Oh, what? 2019 is over. All right. Hey, this is a pandemic year, guys.
Mhm. What
Buy
what
my American
year?
Silver Eagle 2020.
What year was $65?
96. 96.
96, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so wouldn't that be like, a good, you know rabbit to try to catch? People saying, hey, 96 was a low year.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone now is focusing on that low year. Are they wrong? Are they right?
Of course.
Based off 96, they seem to be right, right?
Hey, throw them a carrot. Throw people a
But
carrot.
yeah, that's all it
Remember?
is.
Remember
Until
1996.
yes, until that year is established
Mm-hmm.
and saying this year's low mintage and the market states that this is now worth X amount of dollars, you get more dollars for it, then that's what we wait for.
Mm-hmm.
So only the 2019 enhanced reverse proof is worth premium. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So that's in her opinion, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Because basically that one did go $65 and people sold it for as much as 3,500 or more, right?
Facts.
So I just think that last year the new design caught interest.
Mm-hmm.
Will it cost more? I don't know. Will it be worth more? I don't know. Will the 2020 be worth more because of the pandemic? The historical aspect that's behind the coin, also the mintage, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
All we can do is hold on to what we have and hope for the best.
No, of course.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course. Excalibur says new year, new narrative.
That's how I feel.
Exactly.
That's new narrative. So they'll tell us in a couple weeks, mid-year, that the 2021 be worth $45. Who's going to buy the coin? You know, who's going to buy the coin?
But guys, it's pretty much all we have, guys. Thank you so much. If you guys are watching, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. I'm looking up here, like there's like my camera's up here. Yeah, I have like 5 different cameras. I got this one right here, this one right here, this one, and that one. 6 different cameras. So I'm like, which one am I looking at here?
Right. He has a whole like a production studio right at his desk.
Oh man, but guys, thank you so much. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up on JT's page and the Urban Lifestyle page. Thank you so much for tuning in. JT, got anything you want to say?
Man, thanks everyone for coming by. We appreciate you. Hit the like button on your way out. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for each of the channels. That's JT Corn Rings, Urban Lifestyle, and the Silver Talk channel. Search it up.
Hold on. It's the Urban Lifestyle, then JT Corn Rings, then Silver Talk Channel. All right, go ahead.
You got knocked out.
So basically, y'all see me got me put into place. I'm the co-host. I'm just trying to get more people going over to my, you know what I'm saying? But guys, Thank you so much for another episode. Second Nerd, PDX Brewer, Excalibur, T Hagen. Guys, take care, and we see you next week.
See you next week.
Most out.